What do I hope the people get when they come here and they leave? The enjoyment, the people, the environment. I just hope they have a good time, and they can remember the good times they had when they was here.
That place is like a staple to the community. It's like everybody knows anything about anything down there knows about the skating rink.
Well, my oldest daughter's dating a guy, and his dad used to go skating down there, and they live up here now. You can go anywhere and see somebody or meet somebody that's skated at Dows.
Everything's happened up there. We've had our kids' birthday parties up there, family get-togethers. Every time we go up there, it's been a good time. We always, even now, we'll go up there to skate and spend half the time standing around talking to Roger and Helen, just because they're like family. So it's always just been a good time when we're there.
Helen was always there to greet you when you came in. She was always there to get you a drink if you needed it or something to snack on. She knew everybody coming and going. She talked to all of them. Always super, super nice.
Oh, your grandpa about as ornery as they come, I think. Roger was kind of he was one that when Dow had it, that would be sit down on the bench a lot. But when he was at the rink, I mean, he was the one that was setting them on the bench. And I think sometimes the kids had a hard time understanding why you were like this and now you're running the rink. Why have you changed so much?
I guess Dows is kind of almost a landmark of Nelsonville. I think everybody in the area knows it, and everybody knows that that's a good place to go where your kids can have a good time and they're going to be taken care of and they're going to be looked after, and that you can drop them off for the night and they're going to have good fun and be around good influences and don't really have to worry about what's going on around them. It's just a good time.
My favorite memory, it was years ago. It was in the 60s. And your grandpa was going around, and he always had this habit of putting his foot up and riding along the rail. Well, one time, he went down through there, and his wheel got caught, and it throwed him right into the wall. That was my favorite memory, because I remember it, first time I ever seen him crash, because I thought he was one of the world's greatest skaters, and then when he crashed into the wall, and he'll probably remember that, getting his wheel caught up there in that thing.
If I had to tell somebody outside of the area about Dows, I mean, first and foremost, you'd tell them it's a skating rink, but you would tell them it is a little tiny skating rink in the middle of a little tiny town where it's nothing special. There's no bells and whistles until you get to meet the people who run it. They make it so much more than a building. They make it an experience, they make it important, they make you feel special.
I mean, to spend 60 years at anything is amazing, but still be doing it and still be doing it with a lot of enthusiasm, and that's why it's still open.
If you can put up with that many kids for that many years, you're special.
by the way, you're filming. I had a girl make this here up. This here's a bow tie out of a dollar bill. This is a T-shirt, a shirt out of a dollar bill. Oh, there's a Christmas tree laying right there, and I can't get it up there. And these are things that I've collected. I need to get that straightened out. These things here, that's from Dolly. There's from Dollywood. And these things here is what I've collected some. Here's a picture up here of the roller mates back in 1925. Roller mates. And over here, you got this here patch here came from the roller grounds up to Haydenville when they had the skating rink up there. And this over here, it's just a bunch of girls that skated. I can't make out what that says right there.
Stay here. I'll be right back. I'll be back in a little bit. Okay? Okay, buddy. Yeah, he's a good doggy, but you're all wet. You don't want to get all wet. That's all right. You don't have to be in a hurry. Okay. You didn't lock him in, did you? Huh? I got him right here. Oh. I'll see you later then. Okay. My book. Gotta have my book. Nope. There it is.
I'll bring the book with me if you want me to, or you gotta take it.
I can take it.
Okay.
It'll be there.
Okay.
Now my keys are if you need them are.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Well, we gotta go to work.
Are you okay? There's a one. And there's one. Ruby? We have those, and then we also have a clean line that clamps onto their shoes. Okay. Those are too hard.
It's just like they're all fluctuating between sizes, and we haven't done
Okay.
the shoe shopping this season.
Right. Okay. Ma'am, we need to have you take your shoes off on the floor. You can take them off and help them.
They don't realize one little rock could throw somebody down.
Right now we're really busy, so Friday night, 2 parties on Saturday, skating Saturday evening, 2 parties on Sunday, skating Sunday night. And then the week after next, we have a party booked every night during the week, and then plus full booked on the weekends. So quite often. Hi.
Your size 3 or 3.5.
Okay, we'll start with a 3. Say your first and last name and then your size. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sylvie. Happy birthday to you. Hi, here's a free pass for you to come back back roller skating on one of our regular nights for having your birthday party. Happy birthday.
Can I see? Let me see. Let me see.
At this point, how often are Grandma and Grandpa still over here as opposed to the kids being over here?
They're over here probably 95, 98% of the time. They're here. They're still here. But it's rarely they're over here by themselves. Usually one of us is here.
We run the skates just like we do when we're open. But they people that's having a party can bring their own food and drinks and a birthday cake or whatever in.
These next two songs will be the last two songs of the day.
It's only
Thanks, Diana. All right. Do it.
Let me have the broom and I'll sweep this out over here if you're gonna run while you run
I'll go sweep over there and then sweep the
the
rug.
sweep over where?
I'll sweep over here with the sweeper and then
Oh.
sweep the rug while you do the.
Okay. I don't like it. Stuff sticks to it. It's hard to get it to sweep up.
Hi, baby. Hi, baby boy.
It feels good in here.
What took you so long to get here?
Well, the front room had a lot of crumbs and spills, so we had to sweep it and mop it. And then the girls' bathroom, they had stuffed toilet paper down the toilet, so I had to get gloves and dig that out. Other than that, just same old stuff.
Yes, you are. I know. I know. I think he told me no. I told him he had to get down and he whined. I said, I think he's telling me no.
See, let me eat it tonight when I come home.
Okay. What size you need? 3. What size you need? Dad.
Hi, Deb. How are you?
I'm fine. You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm here.
Why does he not look like? Wish me luck. Oh yeah, don't fall tonight.
I found one. Now we would like to take this opportunity now and remind everybody that next Saturday night is our Easter party. Next Saturday night is our Easter party, and we got some door prizes we're going to give away. That's next Saturday night, our Easter party. We got door prizes we're going to give away.
Hold on to the child that can't. Hold on.
Now this next song I'm going to play now will be just for couples only. This song will be just for couples only. Hey, Jason. Yes. Yeah. This right here is the gentleman that made this sign for us. How long did it take you to do that?
Oh, 3 months or so, just in my spare time. You know.
3 months.
It was a gift.
It was a gift that he made for us.
Well, I like roller skating and I like this place, so, you know.
There you go.
You look pretty tonight. You all dressed up or something?
Had to go to town.
Oh, had to go to town.
Didn't want to go to town looking like clothes.
She knew she was going to be on that like that.
That ain't nothing would help that. Nothing.
Now, we're going to have girls only, boys only. Used to, we just had all the girls together, all the boys together. Now, we split them up. The little ones and then the older ones. And they seem they like that better, so. Especially the older ones.
See, that's what I would like to see. Chris has got that GoPro on. I'd like to see that. I think I would like to see.
Sometimes I like to sit out here and watch all the kids and the parents go around. I get an enjoyment out of watching them do that. They're out there, seem like they're having a good time.
I'm waiting for him to start.
That's okay, you're good. I didn't get a pistachio. Everyone else got it.
She was here this afternoon.
Yeah, so she said they want to come back.
No, this morning. Oh, this morning, Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. I don't know where she put it, but she did. Yeah, it's pretty first and last name, as I said. I'm gonna let her say her last name.
Which is easier, CDs or records? With all the clutter.
I'd rather have the 45s.
Yeah?
All 45s, yeah. Yep. But these ain't bad. They're a lot better than those cassettes was.
Now we're going to play the dice game. They're going. Let's see. There's 7. Announcements.
Now, everybody can do this, everybody. When the music stops playing, you go to one of them 6 numbers out there on the wall. The last one out there is going to get a free pass to come skating. Everybody, the weather is starting to get nice out, and we don't have no kids or people out there running around outside. If you want to come here and skate, stay inside. When you go outside, you have to leave. There's no kids being outside running around. And we got 2 or 3 of them out there right now. We're going to go up and get them. Now, the ones on number 2 will have to come up and sit down. Everybody will stay right where you're at, except the ones on 2. They got to come up and sit down. Got out.
Yeah, I know.
That's Cody. There's 4. There's 4. There's 5. There's 1. Number 3. Number 6 is going around. Number 2 is every back. Number 3 is every back. Alternate, everybody can stay down.
The dice about had it, hadn't Shannon?
Yeah, the dice game is pretty wild. It's had it. I got new ones right here. I'm going to find him online. He's going to see if he wants one of these newer style foam full leather back style dice. Yeah, them plastic dice don't last very long.
I had a guy last week after a party, his skate rental was $30, and he gave me a $100 bill and told me to keep the change. And Grandpa wasn't here.
So I never got tipped that.
What they doing to get that kind of money? Oh, can't trust him, boy. You got to. Now, all you gotta do is skate over top of them without knocking them over. And you can't fall down when you go over. You have to keep both skates on the floor. Last one out there, get your choice of a drink and chips. The ones that don't want to do it can go ahead and skate.
They skate when they're out there in the middle. Yeah.
When does your 60 years come up?
Huh?
How soon is like your 60-year anniversary?
December 31st, we'll be 60 years.
Wow.
I did text Tracy about the ceiling.
But we took over in 1964, January the 1st. So we get this December 31st in, and we'll be here a year.
Wow.
I mean 60 years. A year. Told Autumn. I told Autumn. After this here, that's when the work starts. After we close. Now here's where the fun part begins. Getting them on the ball to get cleaned up. It's hard to get them girls to work. You got all the water in there you need?
Yeah.
I'll come in there here next, okay?
Okay.
He's like, my lap is back. My lap is back. Keep that sign down. Oh, there she is.
Got to give me a kiss. Yeah, you're my baby. He says, all these people here.
Yeah, I'm going to have meatloaf to eat.
How'd you think tonight went?
How do I think tonight went?
Great.
I think it went great.
No problems.
No problems.
Everything went smooth.
Everything went smooth. People seemed to enjoy it tonight. They appreciated you doing that.
My name is Helen Smith, and I was born in 1935. I grew up in a little town that used to be called Kimberly, and it's no longer there anymore. My first husband's name, it'll make me cry. I met him at the rink in about 1964, maybe, 1960, about 1960, I think. Let's see, 52, no, probably about 1955. My first husband was related to the man that built it, Dow McCune. He was drowned in a boat accident. And when he died, then I kept it, and then I married Roger Smith. I worked at McBee's before I was married, and then after I was married, I worked a year after I was married, and then we bought it from his uncle that built the rink.
How come you stuck with the original name and didn't change the name?
Because it was well known at that name around through here, and we kept it that, and it was my first husband's uncle, so we kept it at his name. I started having a family. I'd like to have a dozen, but I didn't go that far.
How many did you have?
4.
My name's Melanie Lambert, and I'm Roger and Helen's oldest daughter.
Kevin McCune, and I'm their son.
My name is Marlene Bartlett, and I am the daughter of Roger and Helen.
My name is Kimberly Smith, and I am Helen and Roger's youngest daughter.
Say, if you weren't working at the rink, what do you think you would have done for your career? Or what would you have liked to have done?
Like, I probably would have just stayed home and had a family, raised my family.
My name is Roger Smith. I was born October the 18th, 1944. I was born in Haydenville. We lived up there until I was 10 years old. We moved from Haydenville down to Imperial, which everyone calls it Doneville, but it actually is Imperial. And that's right over here, right just on the other side of the cemetery over here. When I came to the rink, when I started coming here, was in 1954, and that's when we moved to Doneville. we're Imperial. My siblings, there was 9 of us all together, and they're all gone now, but my brother Dow and me. And my brother named Dow, his name is Lorenzo Dow Smith. He has no connection with the rink other than the name, because the guy that built the place was named Dow McCune.
Do you get that confusion a lot?
Yes, and he used to tease me a lot to everybody that he's the one that owned the place, and I just worked for him. The rink was built, Dow built it. He opened up in 1953, and he had it for about 11 years because we took over in 64. Well, my wife and her first husband took over in 64. I worked here with Dow probably about, let's see, 54, probably right around 57, 58. I had worked here maybe even before that, about 55 maybe, because simple reason is he needed some help, and I was here to help out.
My name is Marilyn Gingerich, and I met Helen and Roger probably back in 67, I think they took over the rink, something like that. And I was going skating up there before when Dow's owned it. Dow ran the rink pretty much the same as Helen and Roger do. Dow was kind of a little bit more strict, I think, than what they were. Dow he was a nice person. I liked him. A lot of people didn't because they thought he was a little too strict. But when they bought it, I never really quit going because I met my husband there, Jennifer's father, and we got married and we got connected with Helen and Roger. Paul worked at the rink with them, and they just kind of come in like our family. They were just another member of our family. Think the world of them.
My grandmother had mentioned to me that Dow and my dad were close, is one of the reasons I think they were able to, he sold it to them. Because Dow and Lena didn't have any kids. From what my grandma McCune told me, my dad was there. They looked at him as their child in a roundabout way.
What was it like when Roger Smith came to the picture?
It's like, as far as the skating rink, I don't remember much about when he first started coming around. I just remember asking him if I could call him Dad and kind of getting a family life back to the way it used to be before my dad passed.
With me being Roger's only biological child, like when I was young, I didn't know that. He accepted the other 3 kids just as his own. Until I got older to realize that their last name was different than mine is when I would question why and how that became. But we was just all family, so it never, I being the youngest, I didn't see any different from anybody else's family.
It was easy becoming a stepfather at first, and then when you got kids, 3 kids, and then you have one of your own, then it become a little hard, but we got through it, and we did all right. And the kids, we love the kids, they love us, and we get along good, and everything has worked out good for us. It's the grandchildren that's rough. How long have we run Dows Rollarena? It seems like forever.
I've been there since 1964.
I've been there since '67. Years ago, I loved to skate, and I was a decent skater. I was pretty good at it. And I loved doing the dances, all the dances that we did and everything. But when the doctors told me that I had to quit, then that's when it really got hard. To quit, just overnight, just quit. And to watch the older ones out there and the kids back in them days do the dances and stuff, and I had to quit, it was hard on me.
Why'd you have to quit?
Because the doctor told me I had to. My bones was bad. They didn't want me falling. I could be paralyzed. I got osteoporosis, and my bones is deteriorating, and they're not good. And that really hurt to sit in here and play the music and to watch them do it. And even yet today, sometimes, some of the songs that I do play, it still reminds me back in them days, and it still hurts a little bit because I really enjoyed skating. I always have. This is what the skates used to look like back when we took over, or something like these right here. For the rental skates, they got the red stripe on them and the numbers on them and stuff, and the orange wheel, and that's what they looked like back in the day. And this is what the girls looked like with the red stripes on them and the white shoes. And I've cut these over the years to have, and I still rent a pair of these here out even yet today. But this is what they've come up with. This is what they've changed to. And they're lower top instead of the higher top shoe. They're all lower top shoes now on them. And this is what they've come up with. And needless to say, they don't last as long as they did back when we took over. Some of them are white shoes and the black shoes. We've had them for years. And now, the rental ones now, if we get 3 years or 4 years out of them, we're lucky. And then that mic that I use now to talk through is the same original mic that was used when Dow had the place. And I'm old-fashioned, I guess, and that's the way I'm going to be, I guess. Right here is a 45 record that Dow had bought when he opened up, well, after he had opened up, in 1953. It's the Hokey Pokey, and it's a Starline, Ray Anthony, a 4-star sales company, BMI, and it's 3 minutes and 10 seconds long. and it's the Hokey Pokey. And it's the original Hokey Pokey song that's been here since Dow opened up, and it's the same one, and I still play the same one. And it sounds good, plays good, and a lot of them do it. The Hokey Pokey. And they said when they started with these cassette tapes that the records is all scratchy and everything. I invite anybody to come and listen to this or the other 45s that I got. For over the years, I've shuffled them around and everything, and they still sound just as good as the day they was bought. All you need to do is just keep your record changer in good shape and your needle and cartridge in good shape, and they'll sound just as good unless they get a real deep scratch in them, and then it kind of skips some. But other than that, these things plays real good even yet today. And I still got a lot of the old 45s and the 78s that we used to play here years ago. 21. Well, when them girls come over here mess around with stuff, they don't put them back the way I want them. It's just like these now CDs that we buy. They're the top 40, and they're censored. They don't have the bad words in some of the music that these kids get today, and they want to hear and stuff. But so we buy these here because we're pretty confident, and they're clean, and they're pretty good music.
Really, we work together, don't we?
We work together. I guess you want to know what we do over there. She takes in the mission and sells the snacks and stuff, and I take in the rental skates. I hand them in and out, and I play the music and keep an eye out on the floor. And I've done just about all the maintenance there is to the building over the years. And I've got to the point now that I can't hardly do it. I don't know if you want that or not, do you? I don't. It's getting to the point now in my life that I can't hardly do it anymore. And I don't know.
Right now, I don't feel like retiring. I enjoy seeing the different kids that come in and watching them grow up. I just enjoy it.
But you got to admit, we're getting older. It's getting a little bit harder, especially for me. My body, it's getting harder for me to keep doing it.
Oh, their age is catching up with them, which is going to happen to all of us if we're lucky enough to live that long.
I feel sometimes like I know they're putting off some things that probably need to be done at the rink with the age, in anticipation of, retiring at some point. So you don't want to put a lot of money into some things that need upgraded.
So far, we've been mostly cleaning up, just helping them out any way they can. They're happy to be there, so we're just trying to let them be there as long as they can. But we're mostly just, we're running the dust mop and doing the sweeper and doing most of the lifting things to help them out as much as we can.
I do a lot of the driving for them. They don't drive as much. Roger drives a little bit more than Helen does, so I do a lot of the driving. I take them to a lot of their doctor's appointments. Anything that they need, run uptown, get anything for them. Between my other two sisters and myself, we take turns at the skating rink, working it when needed, getting anything that they need done. So we just step in whenever we have to.
I'm trying to help a lot, and that was one of the reasons I moved up here, because I just saw the need, that they were struggling a bit. Dad's more physical. I've been trying to do a lot of the cleaning, handing the skates out, putting the skates away. Around the house, I'm mostly just trying to keep groceries in and keep some meals on the table so they have a balanced diet. Other than that, I mean, Mom's still doing laundry and cleaning and doing what she needs to do. I do help out at the admission and concession window occasionally if she gets tired of standing or doesn't feel well. And my sister Marlene, she comes on Saturday nights and helps, and my sister Kim comes on Friday nights and helps.
I don't know what I'd do if I didn't have them to come and help me right now. That's what keeps us going, is the kids keeping us, coming and helping us out. That's the reason why we're still there. It's getting more and more difficult every day now to keep things going.
Mine's still the same.
That shows you how he works. I'll pay for that one.
Yes, you will.
But this is what makes it. That's the reason why we're still, enjoy one another. Because we can laugh and kid with one another. That's what makes it. That's fine.
How big of an impact did the rink have on your family?
Well, one thing, it kept the kids at home because they could go over there and skate with the other kids, and we didn't have any problems with them wanting to run around in places they shouldn't go. Right?
Yeah, but they enjoyed. About all their friends was there.
Yeah.
When all the way through school, the ones they made friends with, they all come skating. That was the thing back in the day, and it still is in a big way. It still is. But our kids, they enjoyed coming over and helping and doing it.
Actually, it was pretty cool. You always had your friends came. You didn't have to go anywhere to be around your friends. Always people around, and just lots of fun.
You, of course, started skating at a very young age, and then got old enough, started working there some. And me and Melanie, we spent hours back then. They didn't have weed eaters, so we took the potato chip boxes and we'd go around and pull the weeds around the rink building. And they used to have logs that you parked up against instead of the cables. They had old telephone poles. And we used to sit out there and pull the weeds out away from the building because you didn't have weed eaters in.
One of the coolest thing though is my brother Kevin. Very good looking boy, especially in the day. And all the older girls wanted to meet my brother or skate with him or get him to like him. So they would make a big deal out of me. And I got to sit on their lap, and they would always want to skate with me or whatever to basically get to my brother. They used me, but that was okay. I got a lot of attention.
I'm Josh Bartlett. I would be Roger and Helen's grandson. My mom is Marlene, one of their daughters. I don't remember learning to skate. I just remember always skating. So I think I must have learned when I was really little, because I don't remember a time when I didn't know how to skate. So I think it's just one of those things that was just always there in my childhood.
Just watching him skate, I think that like I said, I remember, when I was real young, which I know I was probably like 2.5, because I wore size toddler 7s, which my dad made for me to skate. So he was pretty young also. So when he started skating, it just kind of just like a natural thing after he started it. And he went several times because we didn't live too far from them at that time.
Growing up with Roger and Helen as your grandparents, the rink is kind of your life. I don't even remember when I first skated. I'm pretty sure as soon as I stood upright, they put skates on me. So.
What do you say? You know who's from? Who? No, Grandma and Grandpa.
There you go, Josh.
Thanks, Grandma.
I don't think a lot of people take under consideration the dedication that's every weekend when everybody else is working. When that weekend's when they're off, you're tied up at that rink. And you know, my parents has missed a lot of the grandkids' bowl games and you know, probably friends' weddings and stuff like that because they had to stay there at the business. So it's took a serious dedication for someone to have it that long, to have every weekend, and plus nights through the week too, you know, tied up there. It takes a special kind of person to be able to do that, really.
To have your own business, it sounds great, and it is. It's nice. It's great to have your own business. But there's a lot of headaches, and it's a 24 hours, 7 days a week job. You don't, just because you leave here and you go home, that don't mean the business don't go with you, because it does. And most people will tell you that same thing as the auto business.
Good and bad. I mean, it's been a good business for them to have. They raised 4 kids on it. It was a business that when my dad did pass, my mom was able to stay in the home with the children and not have to go outside to work. The only downside that I've seen as an impact on the family is they were working weekends when everyone else was off on weekends. So when we were off work, then Mom and Dad was working, so you didn't get to do a lot of stuff on the weekends with them or visit on the weekends.
With my parents owning the skating rink, and you know, they had it before I was born, so my whole entire life evolved around it. Everything I did or wanted to do was skate related. I had a big mirror that was shaped of a skate. I had a purse that was shaped of a skate. I had Barbies on skate and baby dolls on skates. I had keychains. Me and my best friend Amy Klein, when the movie Coal Miner's Daughter was out, we actually wrote a song to that theme, to that rhythm, about roller skating that I still remember.
What's part of the song?
You know the song Coal Miner's Daughter? Okay, you gotta not let that laugh be in there, or I will slander your movie thing everywhere. I need Amy Klein here right now. That's what you should do. Get me and her together. So Amy Klein, I'm challenging you to sing this song too. Trixie, come here. Come here. You want to sing with me?
Mom brought up that you guys used to have a rendition of Coal Miner's Daughter skating.
Not singing, Levi. Yes, we made up a song, Skater's Daughter. We had been to the drive-in theater next door to see Coal Miner's Daughter, and evidently we liked it a lot. Thought that we could make up our own song. It didn't go anywhere. I applaud her for trying to sing it, and I cannot remember the line that she wanted me to think about. We had boys to give us a wink, and I just cannot remember what the beginning of that was. But yeah, we used to sing that quite a bit.
Yes, I'm proud to be a skater's daughter on skates in the rink at 33 Holler. Not much left but the floor. Nobody skates there anymore. Just the memories of a skater's daughter. Now I left out a big part, so we'll have to redo that.
What is a skate boy? He watches the floor, makes sure that the people behave themselves. They pick up the trash with the cups, the papers, and just help watch out everything.
I'd, you know, clean it after schools and then be over there each night. Probably from the time, I'm guessing, 8 till I was about 15, 16. Worked there. One of the Jamie Kimes was one of the first ones I can remember that helped there on the floor, and then Mike Kimes, and then after Mike, I'm thinking it was Marlene or Gary and Chuck. Bobby Stalder, he was another one that helped. He helped Mom for Dad, and then of course Shannon. They helped a lot. He still helps. They've been very fortunate to have people help them over the years.
My name's Gary Bartlett. I started skating when I was probably about 8 or 9. I married Marlene McCune. I'm their son-in-law. I worked probably from 78 through 80. Roger asked me, we was coming so frequently, he asked if I would be interested in working there.
I'm Anita Wells, and I started going to Dows in the early 70s. I think I was about 4 or 5 years old with my mother, and that continued clear up until my 20s.
I'm John Wells. I started going to Dows probably in the early 80s when I moved in across the road and then became the floor guard a couple years later.
I forgot I was a floor guard too.
Yeah.
You were too?
Yeah.
So you're both floor guards?
Yes, that was my first like real job other than babysitting. But the funniest part was when Roger taught us how to sweep the floor, because you had to walk outside to see which way the wind was blowing, and then you had to walk to that opposite side of the parking lot. Generally you went to the left to shake it so it went away from the rink.
Yes.
So I always thought that was funny.
He's pretty particular about
He
the
is
floor.
very neat
Yes.
and very particular, yes.
And about at least 2 or 3 times a month he'd say, I'm waiting to run it twice tonight. That was the worst night.
I had, back when I worked at the skating rink, they had pop bottles, so we had to pick up the pop bottles, and we had the whistles, and we had to slow people down that was going too fast on the floor, and at the end of the night we had to clean the floor and take the trash out.
I met a lot of people there, a lot of friends, and a lot of them probably didn't like me too good being, you know, the floor boy telling them to slow down. Or back in them days, they were so crowded they weren't allowed to go very fast, only for boys only. So after you told them 2 or 3 times, you give them a timeout on the bench for like 10 minutes or whatever.
My name's Max Bishop. Yeah, I worked here from the time I was probably 8 years old till I was 19 or 20. You know, I was coming all the time, and Roger and Helen asked me if I'd help them out because they were really busy with the crowd here on Saturday nights. And I'd help them pick up trash and pop bottles, and with that, they'd let me in for free. And I did that, and then the time I could reach the skates back here, Roger let me become skate boy.
Chuck Sullivan. I started skating roughly 1984.
Jennifer Sullivan, and I started skating in 1980, maybe earlier.
Not sure. Max Bishop was a skate boy before me, and I hung around him a bunch, and it just kind of morphed into that. I'm not quite sure. Would have been probably like 88 through 92.
Probably.
Roughly. I was just a skate boy. I'd take out trash, mop the floor, sweep the floor, fix some skates while we were skating around.
My name's Mark Dowler, and of course I know Roger and Helen from the skating rink, from pretty much living there my teenage years. Yes, I worked there for, what was it, 5 years, something like that. What Roger and Helen had going on, did everything from selling concessions, renting skates, running the music, cleaning up. If it needed done, we did it. I believe it was Chuck that was working for them before me, and he had, you know, he was close to graduating, had a, you know, real full-time job, and they needed somebody to replace him, so they asked if I was interested, and why not? I was already there.
My name is Bobby Stalter. I went to Dows in 1964. My mother and my Aunt Janice took me up there when I was 5 years old, and I've been skating there ever since. Yeah, I've met a lot of people in my time, and they all know me as Awesome Bob. A lot of them don't know my real name is Bobby Stalter. They just know me as Awesome Bob. I would help your grandpa and your grandma do the games and stuff. I did a lot of that for them. But I would go over and tell them, hey, come with me and I'll teach you how to skate. And I did. I'd show them how to move their feet. The first thing you want to do when you start skating is to walk in them, because you got to learn your balance. If you learn your balance, you can go a long, long ways. Because they'd always say, oh, I can't. My dad told me one time when I was little That word can't does not exist, because somebody out there can do it. And if they can do it, you can do it. All you got to do is practice, watch and learn. That's the main thing about the skating, just watch and learn.
Shannon Evans. I've been coming here since I was 12. I've been here 44 years skating at Dows roller rink. Roger gave me a job here just helping out and helping clean pop up and just do odds and ends and helps me out and gives me good exercise and keeps me in shape coming roller skating. It's a more of a family atmosphere. It's like I've known Roger and Helen ever since I was 12. I mean, they're just like a friend to me and forever. It's like kind of like another set of parents. They're coming here all the time, just being around them and stuff. People that don't know how to skate, they come here and they can learn to skate. And there's a lot of people here that knows how to skate real well, and they'll help them, teach them how to skate. You know, you've been here growing up same as my kids, and my kids grew up here. My boy's 29, he grew up here. He's been skating since he was 4. My daughter's been skating here since she was 5, and she's like 25 now. I mean, they both came here and keep coming, and we always keep coming here. It's good exercise and good, clean fun.
Well, Roger, he can seem kind of gruff sometimes, but he's one of the most nicest people you'll ever meet. Funny. And then Helen, she's quiet, but she's funny too. And when she gets mad at you, you know you did something really wrong.
They're just, they just felt like extended family.
I enjoyed being here and I enjoyed their company. Roger, he always had a good conversation about just anything you wanted to talk about.
Well, Roger was a lot like him. You had to get through all the BS and all the teasing, and once you got done with that business, then you could converse with him like a normal person. You have to go through the gauntlet first.
Roger likes to aggravate and pick, and I like to aggravate and pick back. Just joking around, having a good time.
I guess my biggest memory of the skating rink is Roger always giving me a hard time for something. Didn't matter what it was, what day of the week it was, he was always picking on me for something.
Yeah, that was like a ritual. That never stopped.
I love Roger's teasing. I think it's a lot of fun. So anytime he's teasing anybody or me, I think it's hilarious.
Oh, don't do that, Levi. Gosh. You're ignorant. You know that?
Actually, when I first met your grandpa, Roger, I thought he was kind of a show-off and a smart aleck. But once I got to know him, he's really a caring, very understanding, and he's just a super nice guy. And your grandmother, Helen, is just about the nicest and best friend I've ever had in my life.
Oh, she was like a mom to people. You know, they really did. They looked out for us and they cared for us, and she's just a staple. I can't imagine the skating rink without her.
The old boy was over there, and he just got there and sit down on the floor, and then he had to get back up and leave. He went.
I can remember a lot of memories when my mom would come late to pick me up, and we would finish all our work. We'd dust mop the whole floor, get all the trash burnt, you know, and get everything cleaned up, ready for the next day. And we'd go to his house, and then we was playing Nintendo golf. And we'd sit around, I'd lay on the floor, and he'd sit in his chair, and we'd play Nintendo golf on his TV. And I thought that was the greatest thing.
I just can't imagine them not being a part of it. They're family.
Family. I can remember after a New Year's Eve party, going over there and eating cheese and chips and snacks.
Playing Monopoly or cards.
Till the next morning when it got light. We would go there after the rink shut down. But that's before they stayed open all night. We would go there over to Helen Rogers and play games
Yeah.
till the sun come up the next morning.
Well, for me, they're like second parents. So, I mean, there's just nobody else like them. They're both, Helen would do anything for you, and she's just an amazing person. And Roger is just Roger. He's just fun to be around. And again, would do anything for you. I just love them both.
Yeah, Roger's be like an uncle to me, kind of, and Helen would be more like an aunt. But always good to me. Didn't matter what your name was or who you was. They treated very fair. Roger was always straightforward, to the point for the most part, and Helen too.
How much they impacted my childhood, and thank them for having the rink and being able to give me that opportunity. They provided that opportunity for a lot of people here in town, and if it weren't for them, I wouldn't have ever met your mom. We wouldn't have had the friendship. We wouldn't have had the experiences that we had here that were linked to this place. So, you know, I can't ever express enough gratitude.
What I would want people to know about Dows Rollarena and my parents, that the business was there for the community. It was there to give people, families, a place to go and have fun that was clean and safe and fun. They can enjoy each other together. And my parents, who, if I post something on Facebook or I talk to somebody who grew up skating there, just how much that meant to them, that mom and dad took the time to actually talk to them and be there for them, and how much they appreciated that and respect that. You don't realize it during the time that it's happening. I can't. I know how much it was to have, a blessing it was to have my parents as parents, but to hear other people say what a blessing it was for them to be part of their lives, because they would come, some kids, if they could, they would walk to the rink or get rides. They would come every night that it was open, and back then it was open Sunday, Thursday, and Saturday nights to the public, and they would come as often as they could because they felt safe, they felt loved by people who weren't even their family. And hear people that have such great memories there is just, it makes me very proud of my family for all the years that they've done this for everybody.
We would not be as successful as we are, and we would not have grown our skills as much as we have without Roger and Helen and their support and letting us rent out dows. we're so very thankful for them.
Dows has been like the backbone of what we do.
And then push until they stop. And then once they get you stopped, I want you to move to another lane. Same thing, stop. So work on laterals and then stopping. Yeah, Trickster, good. Get that foot out, get that foot out, get that foot out. Yes, good. Sit, good, yes.
What I think, I enjoy it. I enjoy watching them practice. I just think, folks, I get to see this every week. Well, you only get to see it once in a while, but I get to see it every week, and I enjoy watching them. Well, I think when they have they call them bouts, when they have their bouts in Athens or different places even, the people see it, they enjoy it, and then they start asking questions. Where they go at, to skate, and they talk about us, and it has impacted us that way because we've had people come in the rink and say, we talked to the roller derby and they said they practice here. We thought they would come and see what it was like, and so they come and they pay to get in and they go to skating.
Oh my gosh, when Roger and Helen came to our match the other day, it was so awesome. They get to see us work so hard here, and we're a little unruly when we're around and together, kind of yelling at each other because you got to be loud. So it was just really cool to see them show up and like honored. They were like the biggest fans and stars that showed up at our bout. Everybody knows Helen and Roger. And if they don't, they're like, who is that? Why are you guys so excited that they're here? They're a part of our derby family, whether they want to be or not. We've adopted them and they're ours. So, but we're glad that they claim us as well. So.
Roger, Helen.
Hey, how you doing? Hi there.
Hey, Roger. Hi, Ellen. How are you? Celebrities in the house. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are here.
Yeah, no, no.
No, well, we're going to have our swim lines here.
Yeah.
You want to sit up front?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Where wants to go at?
Yeah, we have seats saved for you.
They want to know if we want any alcohol, didn't they?
No.
How did the roller derby find out about the rink? One year I had a girl come up and ask me about doing it. She wanted to start up a league in Athens. So we talked about it and talked about it and talked about it, and we finally said, okay, we'll try it and see what happens. And I can't remember exact what year it was, but ever since we said we would do it, they've been coming here practicing every week as long as we've been open, except when we close down, of course.
I enjoy them too. Sometimes they get into some rough jointing each other around, but it's all in fun. They never get mad at each other.
Well, they're like mom and dad. They really are, or grandma, grandpa, whatever. It's so cute because they're always supportive, and when we're getting ready for a bout, it's nothing for Roger to come out and give us a little pep talk and tell us we're going to do great. And then when we win, he tells us how we did great, or if we don't win, he tells us how you'll do it next time. So he's always great. And then it's funny because he'll come out on the floor and I scream, "Roger's on the floor, be careful."
Roger, he has like it's like a sixth sense, when we are practicing or if we're doing like certain drills or something, like he'll just automatically turn the music up for us. you know, because he knows that we need to, like that music or that distraction when we're doing, we used to do one that was like 5 minutes and try to skate 27 laps, and he would always crank the music up for us. But yeah, I mean, we reserve this rink for special clinics and, different things other than just our regular practices. And we've always worked with Helen to, get on the books for that. So yeah, we've got an excellent working relationship with Roger and Helen. We always have.
Love skating at Dows Rollarena. Roger and Helen are wonderful hosts. You can just tell that the amount of pride that they put into this roller rink through so many years, through a generation, is just really evident in the care that they extend to us and to all of their patrons. So they're treasures for our region, and we're really lucky to have them here.
Roger and Helen, I feel like I've known you guys for a very long time. I value what you do for our league, for roller derby. I also really value what you do for this community.
Oh my goodness. Well, I grew up here when, in the late 80s, early 90s. This was like every Saturday we were here. We did special events here, all of that. So just knowing that they're here for us as the roller derby community, but also just the community in general. I just want to say thank you because, they've given people a safe place to be, giving kids some place to exercise and do things that are, not normal. So we enjoy them, and we just are really glad they're here. Stepping in here, like I said, from coming, starting in the 80s, you come in here and it's just like walking back into a childhood memory.
When I came here for roller derby practice, I walked in, I didn't know anybody. I just, knew that they were doing an open clinic. So I walked in, I had to rent skates because I didn't have skates anymore. And, like most people would be uncomfortable and, not want to do something like that by themselves. But like the minute I walked in here, I was at ease. I felt like I was home.
Dallas is where we come home. I think that was the hardest thing about the pandemic is not being able to come back, to come home with our family. It's like family gatherings, right? So lots of times people go all across the country, but then like during holidays or family gatherings, you come back to a place. And I think for the Hell Betties, Dallas is that place to come back home, to put on your comfy skates and your stinky pads and roll around while Roger mixes some tunes and you hit your best friends over and over and over again. It's like a family hug you wish you could give, that Roger and Helen give us every time we get to skate here.
Is there anything I want to say to roller derby girls? Congratulations, girls. I hope you win your game last Saturday. I hope you won your game last Saturday. And we enjoy having you. I call them my girls now. It's what I call them.
Roger and Helen found out that I had a crush on their grandson, and he teased me for it, and he told Josh that there was a girl at the skating rink who liked him. So he started showing up more, and one time he just asked me to skate with him.
So if I'm remembering right, I think that Grandpa was telling me that there was some girl there who was like wanting to skate with me and stuff. So one time when I was there, I went over and asked her to skate, and we skated, and then we just started talking and hanging out and dating, and here we are married 11 years.
I was nervous.
I remember that she was so nervous she wouldn't quite hold my hand the first time skating. She just wanted to skate there.
He like went to skate backwards and he like put his hands out and I panicked and I was just like.
I thought it was pretty neat that
Yeah.
he met her at the rink, and we was still skating at that time some too.
Yeah, we still skated a lot, and it was well, he skated a lot, so that was probably destined for him to meet somebody there.
We met at the skating rink. When me and Marlene started dating, I'd always stay after at the skating rink, and like when they had the 4th of July and stuff, we would watch the fireworks outside. I think our first kiss was out in front of the roller skating rink on July 4th, but I can't remember which year. She might be able to remember, but I can't remember the year.
Well, it was July 3rd, and they were setting off fireworks, and we didn't go to the house. We was outside the rink, wasn't we?
Out front.
Yeah, out front to watch the fireworks, and since we were just kind of dating and stuff then, and we was out front, and that's where our first kiss was.
And it kind of makes you wonder how many times Grandma and Grandpa were matchmaker. How many married couples have a similar story? Like how many couples they paired together at that skating rink over time.
Anniversary gift. After we got married, our wedding evening, we went straight down to the skating rink, and in our wedding clothes. And Roger turned on the globe for us, and we went out in the middle and danced under the strobe light on our
All the
wedding
kids
night.
thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was
All the
pretty
little girls said, you know, I look like a princess, but they just liked the dress.
I think he even let us wear our shoes on the floor that time. That was big.
That's a big deal to step on the floor with shoes, except for when you're sweeping it.
Yeah.
My mom and dad met at the skating rink. My oldest brother met his wife at the skating rink. Mark met his wife at the skating rink. And actually Matt met his wife at the skating rink.
I was sitting on the bench and he came up and wanted to know where I'd been.
Gosh.
Sure, she wouldn't look at me for like 6 months. It was always flip her hair in front of her face, would never look me in the face, and a lot of courting.
I could have gotten him fired when we first started dating because he broke my arm. Well, before we started dating, he broke my arm, and I didn't tell Roger because I was afraid Roger would kick him out.
I tripped her when she was going by, and she fell and broke her arm, and then,
And I wouldn't tell Roger who did it because I didn't want to get him in trouble
yeah.
until after we'd been dating a little while, and then I finally fessed up to Roger. He was upset with me. He told me, I would have kicked him out if I would have known. I was like, I know, that's the reason I didn't tell you. Didn't want him to kick out the boy I was crushing on.
I was getting ready to leave one night on a Saturday night, and Kelly was over there, and she came over to me. I was getting ready to leave, and she's like, well, that girl over there wants you to skate with her on a couple of skates. And I was like, okay. And I put my skates back on, and I skated with her once, and that's how I met her. And then we started talking and stuff. We started dating. We ran around with each other for 2 years, and then we got married, and we've been together for 33 years.
You got 3 generations of skating. I've been here 44 years skating at Dows. She's been here 20 years skating at Dows. He's been here 23 years skating at Dows.
It's fun taking him. He's still learning. He's just I feel like the last time he went, he's kind of getting a little bit down with the Fisher Price ones that go over the shoe. He's still learning like how to get that, but he did really well. He's starting to skate a little bit on his own. He's been holding my hand a lot, but he did do I think some good bit without holding my hand. So he's kind of starting to learn how to do it. But it's fun watching him do something that, you know, Grandma and Grandpa skated, my mom and dad skated, we skated, he's now learning to skate. So it's kind of fun seeing like the passing down of the kind of, you know, doing the family activity there.
I want him to come, so if someday that they do close the rink up, I would like him to kind of learn how to skate there. So yeah, it's kind of neat to see that, just the generations.
I wish I would want to put skates on so that I could skate with him, but I'm just to the point that I really don't want to put no skates on because I'm afraid of falling, and I want to see him do it.
We've had so many people tell us that that's where they met their husbands and wives. It was at the rink. That's how they come to get together, was there at the rink. That made us feel good, don't it?
Yeah, it
Makes us
did.
feel wonderful that they could, you know, met there and fall in love and get married and raise a family, and then bring their kids to skating.
How did you meet Helen?
I met Helen right here at the rink. I just asked her out. I asked my wife out one time. She said, okay. And she said, we'll go out and eat. So that's what we did.
Where'd you go out to eat at?
I can't remember where it was at.
You don't?
No.
Do you remember, Grandma, what you guys had for dinner?
No. Food.
I saw them steal some kisses back there in that office. on some Valentine's Day parties like a long time ago. And I always thought that was adorable.
I was just glad that we fell in love and we've had this business and we enjoy it. Yeah, this young man's helping this old woman over the house.
Reverse.
Reverse.
Yeah.
The floor is fantastic. Nobody's got a better floor than Dows.
It's got the smoothest floor ever.
Yeah, it's smoothest floor.
Well, I tell you what, Dallas has the smoothest floor you're ever going to find anywhere. That is for sure.
Yeah, this floor, you can't beat this floor. He takes good care of it.
We've gone to a lot of skating rinks, and this is by far the best one that I've found, the best floor around.
All the floor is amazing compared to anywhere else.
Yeah, I've been to the one in Logan, and it was nice, but not like Dallas. I'd never been any place like that.
I used to go to the Millfield skating rink a lot, and their floor was terrible. So that's a pretty easy comparison there. I mean, Roger was always picky about the floor, but it made a difference in the long run because you go to other rinks and their floors have torn up holes in them around the curves, or you go like this across bumpy spots. So that was one big difference between that and other places.
So I've been Parkersburg, I've been just recently to Zanesville and stuff. The floor, the coating that's on the floor is more grippy. It's not slick. I mean, most of the time the floor is not slick and you don't have any problem with falling down or worrying about falling down.
They always kept the floor nice for people that was in serious roller skating. I know they had one gentleman used to drive there about every week, several miles. And he said that was the best floor in the whole state of Ohio that he knew of.
It makes us feel proud that we got a floor like that.
Yep, I think the same thing. Makes you feel good to know that they've compared our floors to others.
The floor, you ask about the floor, what it's made out of. It's made out of maple hardwood floor. It's wood, and there's a plastic polyurethane over it, and we maintain that. We was doing it every year, and then the government got involved in it, and what was good about that part was they have made it better. It does hold up better, and it's easier to put on than it used to be. We don't have the problems that we had before.
But now you can't hardly buy it here. You'd have to go out to Canada, isn't it?
No,
where is
Texas.
It? Texas. You have to go there if we want to refinish the floor. They don't ship it to you. The rink used to get it from...
we used to get it from Southeastern Skate Supply, and now we have to order it from Texas, and they ship it in by truck. Back when Dow built this place, that floor, there's 2 layers of hardwood floor there instead of 1. That's because when the trucks pulled in out here, the semis, they got hung up, and they had to empty the loads, and they made Dow a good deal on it, and that's the reason why there's 2 layers of hardwood floor there. And when these floors was laid down and them laid it down and members that he gathered up around the area had laid the floors, and it was put down good, real good. Why do I think this floor is better than others? Well, like I said, there was 2 layers of hardwood floor there, so you don't have the waves in it or anything. And we have maintained it over these years. We have always kept it up. We have always worked on it. That's one of the main things we do is keep that floor in good shape. And that's the reason why a lot of the older people and the younger kids, even when they skate different places, they always come back and tell us how good this floor here is compared to the other ones.
And I found that funnel, but it's not very big. I'll go get, I forgot it, but I'll bring it. It's like this big around.
Dad said he thinks he's gonna pour it in a cup with that cup.
Okay.
Like he did the other one,
Okay.
so we'll see.
Well, we dust mopped it yesterday. Well, first we scrubbed the black marks up off the floor, which was the hands and knees and sponges. And then yesterday we dust mopped the floor and then wet mopped it with a cleaner. And this morning, I'm gonna run it over again with a towel to make sure we get all the dust up off the floor before we get started.
Oh, the yardstick. Where's the can and the yardstick?
Where's your yardstick at?
In the can, in there by a trash can in the kitchen. Hey, we can't use this yet anyhow.
No.
But gee whiz.
We're using that.
Huh?
We're using that.
Oh yeah.
This is for the primer. It's called grip coat. No, crimp coat. It's called primer. You have to spray it on lightly and then use a microfiber mop to microfiber mop to put it on a thin coat. Well, it's new to us. So it says you put the primer on first on a thin coat, and you gotta let it dry, which they say it dries really quick. And then there's a coating called traction coating, and then we have to put it on with a roller that's weighted. And you put a thin coat of it on, and there'll be 2 coats of that on. You just let it dry, and then they said in about 36 hours, then they said you actually can skate on it if you want to, for 24 to 36 hours.
Hey Grandpa, so this is your first year using this stuff?
Yep, first year to use this stuff.
What made you change?
Government.
What do you mean?
The government.
They won't let
me use the old stuff. It's because it's an oil-based stuff, and this here's water-based stuff.
So they no longer make the oil-based plastic.
They did this like they did the paint. Although you can still buy oil-based paint in places. Just like that, you can go right down here at Walmart and buy that there Rust-Oleum, and it's an oil-based paint. That's what that black line's on there with.
How long you been using the oil-based stuff?
The oil-based, ever since I've been here, be 59 years, 58 years. This is the first year we've used this water-based stuff.
Are you nervous about it?
Huh?
Are you nervous about it?
I have been ever since I found out about it. If you change colors, now I'm going to use the clear right now, because that out there, the fluorescent, the blue plastic out there now, is still good. It looks good yet. And so I'm going to use the clear, and for the simple reason is the Carter plastic is about $1,000 or $2,000 more now than it was. So.
Are you gonna have to repaint the lines if you're just using a clear coat?
If I'm using a clear coat, he said I wouldn't have to paint the lines because to be clear, you can see right through it. So we'll see when it's all said and done.
But you're surprised on how much stuff comes off your shoes. So I sprayed these down last night with a toothbrush, cleaned them up. So I'm only going to wear these inside and not wear them outside.
Where's those 3 little bottles at?
Hmm?
3 little bottles. Well, we got time.
Then what?
Them 3 bottles. They was over home.
What are you talking
on
about?
the table. Huh?
What are you talking about?
Them 3 little bottles.
I got them right here. I told you I got them right here.
Oh, in that bag. Oh. Well, I thought about this all night long, and if you go start right there and make one round down there and around, over there so far, then turn around and go back around and just keep going around.
We're going to do half floor, Dad.
Whatever.
We're going to do half. We're going to start over here, and it says you take it, you pour part of that up, and
Oh,
then
yeah, I see what you're
you
saying.
pour part of that up, and then on the traction part, and then on
Yeah.
the roller, you start from the finished part, because that's where you get your roller wet. But this one here, I think just start the same way. I think just start like right here, don't you, and do the same thing.
Yeah, when we talked to that guy yesterday, he said either a kidney shaped or half the floor.
This is the stuff that goes on there that adheres that stuff to the new stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay. So they told her she got, does that mean that the video
We have to put this on, the primer on, because that's oil based, and we're switching to water based product.
So do you have to do the primer then on the next coat? Like
No, they said once we put it on, then we don't have to.
They don't want you to use it like you used to. The other stuff.
But yeah, they say once we put this on the original one, the only time you'd have to use this again would be if we waited too long to put the second coat on of the traction. But we're not planning on doing that.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think until that starts getting kind of wet, you're not going to be putting much of a coating on, are you?
Now this one, I think you're gonna have to use a towel to get underneath. Shove underneath them there holes.
That's what we're doing, Dad.
All these years ago, when you just swept the floor and
Hey, I got a question for you. What if you went over to the door and then come back up around?
because you got to, I should have started in the middle and went down, shouldn't I?
No, I didn't.
Grandma, are you nervous about the new floor?
Do what?
Are you nervous about the new floor?
Yes,
Why is that?
because it's all new stuff and all different than what we're used to.
Well, hey, Maureen, why don't you just push it right on over to the door and then come back around? You don't. No. Yeah.
So we're going to stay where it's wet.
Yeah.
But then you have it.
Yeah.
It's drying pretty quick, and that's what I don't want. I don't want part of it being when you pull it up. Okay, you ready?
I'm having a hard time staying out.
Yeah, I do.
Hey, did you get that door down there yet?
Not where?
Down here?
No.
I don't know.
You need to open that door up and get inside of it.
Okay.
A little bit.
Yeah, watch that stuff slip, very slip out.
Oh, I see it, it's up there. See, right there on that. Is that clean?
Yeah.
I don't know, I suppose.
And then we can pull it.
Hey,
Oh, I'm good.
Maureen,
What?
are these clean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Brand
when
new.
you get back there, spray inside that door for me.
Here, Dad, I'll get it. You don't need to be on your hands and knees.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And Dad, it's
You go ahead and
slippery.
do that because if it's dry, you gotta get it done.
Just give it to her because it is slippery.
very
If you
slick.
hit on it, you're gonna fall.
So when we get back there, we'll get inside that.
Yeah, I think you'll be able to do it with this thing unless
Probably.
you worry about it. Okay, we're right through here. You ready? Yeah. I'm gonna go a little faster.
Okay.
What about right there where she's standing?
We're gonna leave that go till last.
That's gonna be our exit way. We need it.
You missed this place up here. Right there, I can see it, right there.
There you go.
There. Spray out over that just a little bit, Maureen. The stuff you already got on, spray out over it a little bit. I think you missed another spot up here, Melanie. Yeah, that's it, you got it.
We can see it from here.
We can see it from here. Spray out on the other stuff, Marnie, just a little bit. That way it'd be wet. Just keep going, Melanie. Just go slow, but just keep going.
Used to, all you had to do was take it.
No, I know what we had to do. It ain't that way no more.
Darn government got into it. And
Because if we use a gallon, we got 5 of them things. Don't be afraid to go over top of the other stuff.
and just don't look that way when you're.
Well, when you go down and you're zigzagging, don't forget the closet.
Why is it you've always closed in August to redo the floor?
Well, you got the Athens County Fair. You got the Parade of the Hills coming up. You got the High State Fair going on, and you got the Nelsonville Parade of the Hills. And it's a slow time of year for us, and it just makes it a good time to do this. And when you do it, then you gotta let it dry, good, and then just keep going, just keep doing it until you get it all done. And your cleaning is the worst part about it. You gotta make sure everything's clean.
You know what makes it bad is you can't have the doors or the windows.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to teach these two girls my.
Is it a day or 2 days or what to
Oh.
leave this dry?
No, Helen. They're gonna put plastic on it today.
Oh, really?
We'll have it all done today.
Behind you, I'll fill this up.
Completely done.
But I'm trying to teach these two girls of mine how to do this. Cause
This is, I mean, it's a little misrepresented because we've only done this once and they've done it.
Well, not like this. We
No,
never-
but I mean,
Yeah,
as far as
yeah.
resurfacing the floor,
Yeah.
you know, his video is of us girls doing it, but this is the only time. The rest of the time it's been you guys doing it.
and anyhow, trying to talk them into how doing it.
It's a lot easier to do
Well, you-
before the
you-
government put their nose in and told you what you can do and what you can't do. Wasn't it, Roger?
Huh?
I said it was a whole lot easier for us when you could do before the government put their nose in and say you can't use this and you can't use that. And
Yep. But it's just a good thing we got the girls that's helping us do this because Mom and Dad got to the point now that we just can't do it no more. I'm not able to do it anymore at all. Or I'd be out there doing it now if I was able to.
Might want to talk to the girls tomorrow and see what shape we're in.
But they're doing an awfully good job.
I see a spot she missed.
You better tell her about it because it's got to be done.
I think they missed it. Come here, Roger, and say.
Going out to your left, Melanie, you missed a spot. I can see it.
Okay.
Down that way. Down that way, way out to your left.
Does it bother you not being out there doing it?
Yes. I feel like I just need to get out here and go home or something. Do something.
Why is that?
Just sitting here making me, and me not being able to do it and stuff, and I just.
You got to overlap that.
We need to go out and get on that roof, Helen, and get it done.
Hmm?
We need to go out and get on the roof and get it done. Let them. They're doing this. They're doing all right. Let them do it.
It's hard for us, after doing it all these years and not being able to do
a
it.
different way.
I'm trying to do the black line.
We'll walk that way.
I can feel it when you get in there. It's
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It said in the paper 3 hours, but
he said
Joe told us at the sales place, he said that when you get done, it'll be pretty dry, and he
Good.
said,
It weighs a ton.
don't drop out or you'll break the plastic that you taped up. He says that if once it's dry, really dry, he said you can go ahead and put your other coat on. So we'll probably wait, like this is where we're ending, we'll probably have to wait at least an hour, I would say, don't you?
Before you put then you put the first coat of plastic on?
This here, as soon as this dries, the last we did, we're gonna put the plastic on.
First coat.
And then he says it'll dry pretty quick too, but I say we're gonna wait, because this is gonna be the last you do, you're gonna have to wait at least probably an hour, let that dry.
Hold it up.
Looking for plastic now. I don't need dirt on it.
Now,
I was trying to see what time Megan
you have
was
to do it this way then, not up here on this. You have to pull it this way.
Pull it backwards.
Yeah, just like that, just pull it this way.
But I'm like you, Dad. I don't understand if you put a first coat of this on and say you don't want to put it on until tomorrow. Why do you have to put that
Yeah, it's the
primer
same
back
damn
on?
stuff you go put
Because
on
you
next
already
year
got
to
a
put it
coating
on,
on.
so.
But he did say the second coat, when you put the second coat of that coating on there, he said that just makes your first coat stronger. So maybe that it's just the idea, but I know it says in the instructions that if you don't put a coat on within 3 hours.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But you know what? Mountie and I talked about it. We rather we're here till in the evening, we'd rather just do it. Because you got a break, like right here, to take a break. So
Just do it, be done with it
we'd rather
today, that's it.
do it, and then we'll be done for the day. Won't have to come back, to do it again. When we get to this door, and stop and start at the line, and then we would tidy this up at the end. Because you will be dragging that then.
Right.
Now I got a question. How you gonna get underneath them legs on them benches?
We'll just see what it does. We'll just have to
You can't
see.
use that right there, because it won't go under.
We'll probably have to
Use the wash
use
rags.
the wash rags with them. I brought some pans that we can put some stuff on. And that's what I mean. If we don't do anything past the black line at all, stop completely at the black line up there. If we have to put the wash rags in and out of them, and then we could maybe do a
Finish
little
it
bit of the roller.
You think a brush would be all right, or?
He said wash rags because of the texture.
Mhm.
See, this is the best video.
Whoever runs this thing's gonna have muscles when they get done.
What I wonder is when you go back, do you use your overflow or do you pour another?
I know, that's what I want, and I don't even know.
No, how I always did it, when we started out there, well, I went down, made a whole round, and then started. But then when she started pouring it, she poured out on it, about that far out on it.
Okay.
That way you can be sure and catch it enough of it to drag it on out. Give me one of them bottles, Helen.
Then what?
One of them bottles. No, not that. That stuff there.
All this traction stuff?
Yeah.
Put the whole thing in there?
Yep.
Just shake it a little bit.
Oh, don't have to do that either.
Where'd Mel go?
She took them cans out to the furnace room.
What are you gonna stir it with? This here
That
stick?
yardstick.
I wanted to ask her something.
She'll be right back in.
Whose new towels?
Throw it away.
Mountie brought her beach towels over to.
See, it still takes somebody that's done this before that knows what they're doing.
Don't edit that out, Levi. Let's do it again.
We learned from experience, didn't we, Roger?
Yeah, boy. When we first started doing this, back in '64 or whatever, this stuff was real thick, wasn't it?
I mean,
It's hard
there
to
was
get
stuff
stirred
in the
up and
bottom
everything.
Solid like that, and it took him. Well, you had them things in you to stir.
No, we had that yardstick with holes in it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Gary made you that.
Then Gary got that thing from when he worked down at Kimes's.
Just wished it was done.
Yeah.
Makes me feel helpless not
They
being
get
able to
this
do
first
anything.
coat on and know how they're going to do it, then it won't be bad after that.
We're gonna put it in the garden. You took the sprinkler part off from it, and then I gotta pour a strip down, and then Mounty's gonna drag the roller behind us to put a coat on it. I think you're gonna have to get that
You're
kind
going
of
to have to get that wet first.
Yep, it's not gonna work.
You're going to have to get it wet first.
Okay. You want me to
Yeah, like that, yeah.
let that get soaked up?
Wider, step wider. Now don't push too much of it in that corner, but keep enough on your thing to get into the corner. You got to kind of watch not to set it down like that because it'll leave a thing on it. You can't pick it up and set it down. It will leave a thing on the floor every time you do it, like a little ridge.
Okay. And get right here. It looks like there's a puddle right there.
You can't pour it down through there and stop and raise that thing up or back it up. It will leave a ridge. And on your wheels you can feel it.
How important is it to have a smooth floor?
Huh?
How important is it to have a smooth floor?
To me, it's very important. We got the best floor around. We're not a big rink, but we got the best floor there is around.
Is that why you're so nervous about the new stuff?
Yes. You should be able to just keep dragging it. Oh, every time you pick that up and set it back down.
See our mess up place over here.
Well, once they roll.
But it's over here all the way. It's not out where they skate, so.
But once they roll over it and over it, Melanie, you'll never know it.
The only thing that I can see that's really going to be a damn headache and a problem is if a piece of that would chip up again, you know.
Yeah. How you gonna patch it?
You can't patch it.
Yeah.
Because they don't have anything. The problem is, this place is costing us more and more all the time, and it's getting more expensive to fix stuff, to get things done.
I don't think this filled in your,
Nope.
like your other one did.
I'll tell you why.
It's thinner.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. We used that thing, that round thing, we pulled it with the squeegee, it was
Push it in.
hard, you know, and when that stuff would go over, it would settle down in.
Yeah.
The thing that we use this time, it won't do that. Because I don't usually turn this off. I use that over there.
He's wanting to sell the place and use all the money and just travel all over, and he's mad because I won't do it. So he's finding every little thing he can find. And I'm not ready to sell it.
Nice and smooth. It feels smooth.
It doesn't feel like it's gonna be slick. It's kind of got a little bit
Yeah,
of
well,
grip to
yeah,
it.
once it gets a coating of dust on it, even when you run the dust mop, you're not gonna get it all.
Right.
And that might make it a little bit slicker, but it won't be as slick as, remember some of them old rinks used to use a powder on their floor?
They did here before they put plastic on.
Did they?
That rosin, that they call it rosin.
Yeah.
And you sprinkle it out with sand, you just sprinkle it out on the floor, and that took care of that wood being slick. At all. You had it, only you could taste it, be in your hair and clothes. Oh yeah. Oh, I can remember when Dow used to put it on here.
What was this stuff?
Resin, a bottle, was just like
Like a powder?
powder like stuff you put on the floor. When it was just all wood, just natural wood. It turned out all right, but no, they changed it and I don't like it, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Do you don't like it because it's changed, or?
Yes, because they changed the way you do it, and if something happens, you gotta buy more than way more than you need. Instead of just a little dab, you got to buy a 5-gallon bucket and start all over again. If you need to patch any of it up.
I think it looks all right.
We started at 7 o'clock and got done, what, Dad, about 9:30? 9:30. And you had like 3 hours dry times between your coats, so it wasn't like we were working at all those hours. We had dry times where we were sitting and just visiting and stuff. So
We haven't done this since COVID. So then that's when they started to changing it over. Everybody had to start using this stuff. But I used the oil base as long as I could, because I knew it was good stuff. But this here, he said that since they've been using it, since they've had to change over, since the government made them change it over to this stuff, that they've had good results on it. So we'll see in time.
I think it looks really nice. I guess the true test will be when people skate on it and see how long it lasts. So, but it didn't turn out better than what I had originally thought, because when we first started, I wasn't too sure how it was going to be, but it turned out better than I thought. So I'm pleased with it.
You got 1 more minute before midnight. You got 45 seconds before midnight. Happy New Year, sweetheart. Love you too, hon. Oh, well. Now you got 30 seconds. All right. Well, I don't know about that. Now you got 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Well, 60 years being here doing this. I'm ready to call it quits. But my wife's not ready yet.
It's really been I've really enjoyed all the years that I've been there. I really have. I met a lot of people, meet a lot of kids. I really just enjoy being around the kids a lot. You see them out there having fun, and you think you got a place that's keeping them off the streets and out of mischief. I really have enjoyed all these years of it. I really have.
I think that's been our main goal over the years, is to provide a place for the kids and the families, mother and dad too, to come and have fun and enjoy themselves. And we try to make it as pleasant and as happy and as much fun as we can.
What's something that you would want to say personally to Roger and Helen?
That you're the dearest friends I've ever had. And I would give anything if I could spend more time with them. That they're just wonderful people, caring people, loving people. And whatever they say to you, you know it's from the heart.
I mean, you've always been like family to me, and I've always really cherished the time we've had together and enjoyed being at the rink and everything. And keep it up.
Well, congratulations on 60 years for one thing, and thanks for all the memories and all the fun times.
Oh, they know I love them, and I would do anything for them, and I appreciate all they've done for me over the years, and they're just very good friends to us.
Oh, to Roger and Helen, I don't know. I mean, like I said, they're pretty much family, so, you know, you guys are family the same. When, you know, you were little, I remember helping you around this rink, helping you learn to skate. It's, you know, they've been great friends over the years, and, you know, wish I could get up there more often than what I do to skate, but they're, you know, they're really good people and just love them to death.
Gosh, just how much I love them, and they're just amazing people, and they probably don't have any idea the impact they've made on my life.
Yeah, I love them guys. If I was going to call anybody else, you know, close family, immediate, it'd be them. And that's, I hold both them people in the highest regards.
It's just an amazing place for your kids to go have fun and grow up.
Yeah, magic.
Yeah.
Kind of lost words. They were like a mom and dad. Still are. Just love you guys. And it's been awesome.
I really appreciate you giving me the chance to work there and meet your daughter and ended up marrying her.
The one message I'd want to give Roger and Helen is just thank you for accepting me into your family with open arms. I never at any point since I started dating Levi felt like I wasn't part of the Smith family.
That I love them, and I'm, you know, so happy that they welcomed me into the family with open arms. You know, they're grandparents to me too.
I guess we'd say that we love you, and it's been a lot of fun skating, and it's been fun to get to be there, and all the time we spent at the rink, and I think that a lot of people probably have enjoyed going there and visiting and talking to you guys too, and I think anybody from this area probably has some kind of memory of being at Dows when they were a kid and growing up and younger.
We just say something about Grandpa Raj, Grandma Helen.
Sometimes there's cookies there.
Sometimes there's cookies there.
I enjoy working with them, and they are good people. They teach people to be kind to everybody, and they're really nice to everybody. They treat people well.
I appreciate all their years of service, and without them, me growing up, I'd probably been in a lot more trouble.
Thanks for being there. A lot of good times.
Personally, that I think they're awesome. And that I truly love them, just like extended family.
Well, I enjoyed being with you guys all these years, and I miss you. And someday I'll be back.
Just thank them both for a great childhood and all the good times that we've had as a family. My memories, I don't remember what I got for Christmas at 10. I don't remember what I got for my birthday, but I remember the vacations and the camping trips and just all the good times we had. Well, of course. Yep, I love them both very much.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I tell them I love them, and very proud of them to accomplish what they have for so many years.
I don't know anything really directly that I don't tell them, that of course that I love them, and that I'm hoping one day they do decide that they'll retire so they can enjoy and relax and not have the stress of being over there and running it, because it's been really busy here lately. But when they're ready, I guess they'll be ready.
And I love my parents very much for doing all that for us. They went above and beyond what they had to as parents to make sure we enjoyed life, and that we had fun and that we knew that we was loved. So I love them very much and I admire them very much for all that they do.
I wanted to make this documentary because I wanted people to see how special my grandparents are. The part that's getting me is you asked me how to describe Roger and Helen. And the first thing I thought of was, I grew up without a dad. My grandpa did everything he could to fill in that role. He was my biggest father figure growing up. And as much faults as he's got, he's the greatest person I've ever known. And I'd describe my grandma as one of the most nurturing people I've ever met.
I love you, Helen. That's what I wanted to say to her.
I love you, Roger. In spite of all his orneyness, I still love him.
I better not say it. No, he's been pretty good. He's a pretty good husband.
What would I like to say about Grandma? Well, I love you very much.
It better be.
And
I was ready to elbow him.
I've had her, over the years, I've had a hard time to get her to joke, but she is starting to joke around a little bit more. What do I want to say to the rest of my family? Keep coming, keep helping, and we love yous all, every one of yous. Although we don't get to see yous that much anymore, but we love each and every one of yous. What would we like to let them know?
We appreciate them for coming all the time. And go ahead.
We appreciate the kind words that people have about us. It makes us feel really good that they have memories like that about us. And we've had them say where we have raised them, that we treat them like our kids, and they call us mom and dad, and that makes you feel good. Makes you feel real good. And that's what makes it all worthwhile, don't it?
Yep.
Well, that's all, folks.